Good day, my dear masterclass students. I am an acting associate professor, Dr. Asılbek Mirbekov, and this course is Foreign Language Professional. Okay, this is our fourth lesson, and today we will consider unit number 3. The theme of the unit is hospitality research. Objective of the lesson is that you will, by the end of the course, learn about research work. You will get information about main research methodologies like quantitative and qualitative. Also, you will learn about research methods which are used in these two research methodologies. So, also, I will say you about all phases of research work, starting with the idea, when you will find the gap in a science, the issue in a science which you want to study, which you want to research. Also, in hospitality, when you will have a problem and when you will look for its for the way to solve this particular problem. And also we will then consider all other phases, like considering the data of the study, like finding out the research questions, and also like finding the appropriate research methods which you will use in order to get that data. Also, we will consider the sources of the data in science, in hospitality, in tourism. Mainly, there are two of them. The first one are documents, and the second one are people, like we are. So, first of all, we need to understand what is research. The definition of research is given here in the presentation. As you can see, research is a systematic process of collecting data, analyzing and interpreting information to increase understanding of a topic or issue. It involves defining problem, reviewing existing literature, formulating research questions or hypotheses, selecting appropriate methodologies, collecting data, analyzing results, and drawing conclusions. In short, research is the process of studying the issue by considering the existing literature, by looking to other scholars, what did they do in order to solve the similar problems, and the importance of the research in different spheres of our life. It's very important, as you know, because thanks to the research, we solve the problems which we face, because we do research when we want to solve particular problem. And in medicine, for example, the first example I want to take this sphere. In medicine, when you are a doctor and when you want to cure a particular illness, and when you are looking for new easy ways or better ways to cure that particular illness, you will work with your with the people who came to you to solve their problems, and at the end you will be able to solve this problem. You will find the pills which can cure, which can be helpful in such illnesses. You will find out the ways, maybe in some cases physical exercises, which will help people to fight with this illness. In hospitality, for example, imagine that you got a problem of increasing, if you are a hotel manager, of increasing the number of the guests who will stay in your hotel. In such cases, you will interview your clients, You will study the experiences of other hotels who have more clients, yeah, who have more guests, and according to the results of your research, you will solve your problem. You will invite more guests to your hotel. So, why research is essential in hospitality? As it given here, research is essential in hospitality as it helps business understand customer needs, improve service quality, and develop innovative solutions. Okay, types of research. When we hear such kind of a word as research, mostly we associate it with science. And it is a type of a research which is known as academic research. Yeah? And academic research is the research which is done in research institutions, in educational institutions, by scholars. And they delve deeper to the particular problem, and they find the solutions to that particular problem, and at the end of their research work, they will have a research article which they are going to publish in peer-reviewed journals. It is about academic research. Then we have business research. This type of research focuses on solving business-related problems and improving decision-making processes. Yeah, like the thing which I have just before mentioned, when you are as a hotel manager want to increase the number of your clients, increase the number of your guests, yeah, you will interview your clients, you will ask them what you can do in order to invite more clients, invite more guests. You will study the experiences of the other hotels, yeah, and this is a type of the research which can be named as the business research. Then the last one is applied research. This type of research is focused on solving practical problems and finding real-world applications for theories and knowledge. So, research methodologies. Here in science, we have two types of research methodologies. The first one is qualitative research methodology. It delves deep into the problem. It deals with non-numerical data, it is an in-depth study. So here definition is given as a research approach that focuses on understanding human experiences, behaviors, and perceptions through non-numerical data. It is exploratory in nature and often involves open-ended questions, interviews, focus groups, and observations. The next one is quantitative. When you deal with numerical data, yeah, a research approach that focuses on numerical data and statistical analysis. But also we have mixed methods. When you have a problem, when you have an issue, and you want to study it in a complex way, yeah. In such cases, you will use methods from both methodologies, from qualitative and from quantitative. For example, you may use interviews, you may use focus groups, and at the end of your such acts, you may then do descriptive statistics. You may do some statistical analysis, and this is the method of another methodology, which is known as quantitative methodology. And here you are using mixed methods. Yeah. So next, in this presentation, we can see the differences between these methodologies. I have here divided them by some peculiarities. The first one is data type. As we have said, qualitative research, its data is non-numerical, and quantitative, it is numerical. The next one is objective. Qualitative research aims to understand concepts and meanings, whereas quantitative research seeks to quantify variables and find patterns. Data collection methods, yeah? So they are in qualitative, as we said, interviews, focus groups, observations, yeah? In quantitative, they are statistical analysis, yeah. Analysis approach. Qualitative research involves thematic analysis and interpretations, whereas Quantitative research focuses on statistical calculations and hypothesis testing. So flexibility. Here, the thing you have to keep in mind that qualitative research is flexible one. For example, in the case of the unstructured interview, you will conduct such kind of interview by knowing the issue, but you will make the questions yourself as a person who is going to study that particular problem. But in quantitative, it cannot be flexible. Yeah, it follows a structure and standardized approach. So here are the research methods, the main research methods which we use in hospitality research. They are interviews, focus groups, questionnaires, observation, descriptive statistics. Now I'm going to introduce each of these research methods. Yeah, so let's start. The first one, which belongs to the qualitative research methodology, is are interviews. Yeah, so interviews may be of three type: structured interview, semi-structured interview, and unstructured interview. In everyday life, we have conversation with different people. We ask them questions according the particular things which we want to know. And in science, if you want to do such kind of a conversation, it is called an interview. So here, structured interview consists of predetermined questions. So you will have a particular set of questions which you are going to ask from the participant of this particular research. Then semi-structured interview follow a flexible format with key questions but allow for additional probing based on responses, providing richer insights. Also, the last one is unstructured interviews, have no set questions and are conversational, enabling deep exploration of participant experiences and perceptions. These are ideal for exploratory research in hospitality. So, what about other research methods in hospitality? As we have said, we have other research methods like focus groups and questionnaires. So focus groups, a qualitative research method that involves a structured discussion with a selected group of participants to gather insights, opinions, and perceptions on a specific topic, typically led by a moderator. Focus groups encourage open conversation, allowing researchers to explore motivations, preferences, and attitudes. Then questionnaires, a quantitative research method used to collect data from a large number of respondents efficiently. Well-designed questionnaires should have clear, concise questions that avoid ambiguity and bias. So, another type of research method is observation. When you, as it is said in its name, you will observe. You will observe the behavior of participants. Yeah? Here are two types of observations we have in qualitative methodology. The first one is participant observation. The researcher actively engages in the environment being studied, gaining first-hand insights by becoming part of setting. Non-participant observation, the researcher observes from a distance without direct interaction, minimizing influence on participants. So, next, descriptive statistics. It's another method which is used in quantitative research methodology. A quantitative research method used to summarize and present data in a meaningful way. It includes measures such as mean, median, mode, standard deviation, and percentages to describe the characteristics of a data set. So, conducting a research work, it is a huge process, yeah, which will demand from you particular set of knowledge. In order to conduct a research work, you have to have information about research methods. You have to be able to formulate the concrete and the helpful research questions. You have to be able to find out the research work's aim, its objectives, and so on. So, here in this presentation, identifying a research topic. This involves selecting a relevant and researchable subject that aligns with current industry trends and practical challenges. In hospitality research, Common topics include customer satisfaction, which examines guests' perception and expectations, service quality, focusing on factors affecting customer experience and operational efficiency, and the tourism trends, which analyze market demands, emerging destinations, and the impact of global events on travel behavior. Formulating a research question is a very important part of a research, because a good research question, in the case of the research, it will be research questions, will help you to identify your research work's goals and objectives. So then, now you have find the issue, you have determined your research questions. Now you have to deal with data. You have to collect this data. As we have just said before, main tools, main methods of collecting data are interviews, observations, focus groups, questionnaire surveys. So then, now you have a data from documents, from interviews, focus groups, observations, questionnaire surveys, and now you have to analyze them. In qualitative analysis, you analyze them by using semantic analysis, coding, and pattern recognition to interpret interview and focus group responses. In quantitative analysis, applying statistical techniques such as mean, median, standard deviation, and regression analysis to identify trends in customer satisfaction and service efficiency. So comparative analysis, comparing findings across different data sets, locations, or time periods to assess performance and the improvements in hospitality services. Then visualization, presenting findings using graphs, charts, and tables to make insights more understandable and actionable for decision making. So, after collecting data, after analyzing them, you will have your results and the discussions of your research work. You have to conclude it. You have to say about the concrete findings which you have found by conducting that particular research work. You have to recommend the findings, how it will be helpful for other scholars, how they will use your findings in their research works. So here we have exercises which will help you to to learn by heart, or to use the knowledge which you learned from my presentation, which I have just done. Here, the first one is matching. Here you have given terms and their definitions. You have to find out their definitions. For example, qualitative research, a research method that gathers non-numerical descriptive data. Please, for a few moments, think about this exercise, do it yourself, and now I'm going to present you its answers. Here you have the answers of this particular exercise. Next one, finding whether the facts which are given in these sentences are true or false. In order to do so, you have to learn the materials of this lesson. Quantitative research focuses on in-depth, open-ended questions. It's false, because as we have said, in-depth study is qualitative research, and mostly open-ended questions are asked in qualitative research. So for a few moments, think about this exercise, do it yourself, and now I'm going to present you its answer. So here is its answer. The third exercise, filling in the blanks. So here are sentences with omitted words or phrases, and based on your knowledge which you have learned from our presentation, from our lesson, you have to fill in the gaps. Yeah? Here it's answers. So next one, it is a discussion exercise. You are given questions and you have to discuss. You have to share, you have to express your opinions. What do you think about these particular questions? In this case, I can only suggest the answers, but for a few moments, think about these questions and try to give your own answers. Yeah. So here I give my suggested answers in this page, on this page. Here are references. Thank you very much, my dear masterclass students. This is the end of the fourth lesson.